What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna be your co-host.
And I'm the host.
Thank you for inviting me on. Really appreciate it.
This is not how it usually goes, but, I guess we'll be doing that today.
All right. Since we're here, I had a question 2 weeks ago about the line to draw when it comes to certain video games to play.
Right.
And the Bible actually talks about this. You know how crazy that is?
This
is the thing about Paul's letters. You have to have this question already in your head. You have to have this topic and then read through. And then you can see what he's saying here. So right now I'm in 1 Corinthians 8. And I'm just going to read through this. We're just going to read part of the chapter. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now concerning things offered to idols, we know that we all have knowledge. This means intelligence. He's writing to a church. He's calling them smart. He's like, obviously y'all are intelligent people. But knowledge puffs up, but love edifies. And if anyone thinks that he knows anything, he knows nothing yet as he ought to know. Meaning, he has intelligence, but he needs to get more intelligence. Right? He only knows what he knows, but he doesn't know what he should know. But if anyone loves God, this one is known by him. Therefore, concerning the eating of things offered to idols, this means that there's food offered to statues, and you're gonna eat it. We know that an idol is nothing in the world. That means it's not real. It's not a real thing. There's only, he's going to say this. And that there is no other God but one, right? He's saying right now, all these idols are fake. There's only one God. For even if they are so-called gods, whether in heaven or on earth, as there are many gods and many lords, yet for us there is one God, the Father, whom all are things, and we for him, and one Lord Jesus Christ, through whom are all things and through whom we live. He's just explaining our God there. However, there is not in everyone that knowledge. He's saying not everyone has that knowledge. He's saying not everyone knows that idols are false gods. For some with consciousness of the idol until now eat it as a thing offered to an idol, but their conscience being weak is defiled. But food does not condemn us to God, for neither if we eat are we the better, nor if we do not eat are we the worse. So he's saying here, and I know this is sort of broken English because it's translated from Greek to older English. He's saying, if you're in a temple for an idol and you see food offered to an idol and you go up to eat it, and a brother who is weak in the faith or just weak mentally sees you eat that food in the idol's temple, he'll think that it's okay to, I guess, be around this idol. Like that's like playing GTA 5 in front of your younger brother, and you're supposed to represent the kingdom, and you know that like there's some things you should avoid in the game, but then there's other things that you're mentally intelligent enough to know that is bad, that's the bad guy. I mean, I'm not saying you should play GTA 5. I need to do a better example. I'd say maybe Mirror's Edge, because Mirror's Edge has some cuss words in there. You know cussing's bad, but the rest of the game's pretty pure, right? But then someone else may see you play that, and they may see the characters in their cuss, and they may be like, oh, that's all okay. And then they do it, and then they cuss. And then he's going to explain that more here. But beware, unless somehow this liberty of yours becomes a stumbling block to those who are weak. That is what I just explained. He's saying, you have liberty to eat food offered to idols because idols are fake. But if someone who is not intelligent, sees you, you may become a stumbling block to them. For if anyone sees you who have knowledge eating in an idol's temple, will not the conscience of him who is weak be emboldened to eat those things offered to idols? So what he's saying here is someone who looks up to you, he sees you as intelligent, but he's stupid, and he sees you go into an idol's temple and eat the food. He's like, oh, okay, I can do that too. But that food is, he may acknowledge the idol because he sees you in there, but he doesn't know that you don't believe in that idol. And because of your knowledge shall the weak brother perish for whom Christ died. He's saying, because you played a bad role model, you just made your brother perish. But when you thus sin against the brethren and wound their weak conscience, you sin against Christ. So he's saying you sin when you lead a bad example to an unintelligent person. So, you could play Mirror's Edge, but you gotta preface like, hey, I don't appreciate all the cussing in this game.
Mm-hmm.
But the parkour is pretty fun.
The parkour is pretty fun.
But if you think cussing's okay, then I just sinned against you, and that's just how it works.
You're wrong.
And I was only expecting to read half of it, but this is just straight up the whole chapter. Therefore, if food makes my brother stumble, I will never again eat meat. And by the way, sometimes meat just means food. That's just how the King James translated it. Lest I make my brother stumble. Lest means unless. So he's like, so never again will I play Mirror's Edge if it makes my brother stumble. That's what Paul just said.
Well, he didn't exactly say Mirror's Edge. I'm sure he was like...
But the idea is like, if you're strong enough mentally to know something is bad and know not to do it, but there's, with Mirror's Edge, it's not all cussing. It's like I'd say like 10% of the game. There's still all this other part. And if you're skillful at the game, you won't hear, you probably won't hear any of it because you're so fast. You just ignore all of it.
Yeah. Have you seen the Summoning Salt's like Halo speedrun video?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch, dudes. Actually, I love Summoning Salt. But yeah, I basically be a good example. Give good advice. Just because I feel like the one thing like people try to do is like when, especially as like teenagers, they're trying to like, I don't know. You ever like been around those people who like try to give advice, but it's not the fact. It's that they think what they're doing is good, so that you should do it. Like they're like, yo, why is, especially in like relationship context where they're like, yo, why are you dating some guy who wants you to like stop doing drugs? She's like, I'm sitting there listening to it. This is a conversation in front of me.
Oh, this is real.
This is a conversation in front of me, like in APR history. I'm sitting there, I'm listening to this conversation, and I'm sitting there. I'm just like mind boggled because this guy is like asking his girl like, yo, stop. Stop smoking, stop wasting money on vapes, stuff like that. And this guy in front of her is like, yeah, why is he asking you to do that? Like, you should be able to live your life. Yeah, and she's like, yeah, you're right. Like, I wear the pants in the relationship. And I'm sitting there like,
uh-oh.
I'm like in the middle of like, my mind is being blown. And like, I'm just like, absolutely like, I'm like almost dying.
Dude, if you see destruction like that, I recommend you say something. Like,
I do because I know both of them. I'm sitting there, I'm like, but you don't want to be better. She's like, well, like, but I should still be able to do what I want. Like, like I can do what I want whenever I want. Like, it's just like it's my decision. I'm just sitting there like,
she fell for it.
I'm like, are you serious?
That's the real April Fool's.
I just can't believe it, right? And so, like, for me, like, I just kind of, like, I think it's better to, because I feel like instead of saying something about it, you should be able to say things about it to certain people, but certain people won't hear you. So you have to let them fall on their face before you can say something to them. And for her, like, she hasn't fell on her face yet. She just kind of gets to coast through it. I mean, so it's kind of like, whatever I say to her, it's kind of like a teen test where you feel invincible, you know? Like, no matter what you do, you can just do what you want. And, like, I don't know. It's also like, man, I was talking to this one guy, we'll call him Aiden. And Aiden, like, he doesn't, you know those people who, like, let's say they don't get a lot of attention from their parents. We'll just call it like that, right? Those people who act out and do crazy stuff for no reason just to garner attention or something like that. Or feel like they can do whatever they want because, like, I guess, whatever that means, right? And so, for him, like, we're like, I'm getting ready to go inside, right? Like, go back and start making my way to class. And he's like, yo, DJ likes a freshman and stuff like this, right? And he thinks it's so funny. And don't get it wrong, like, it's not like we're sitting in like a desolate place where no one's around. There's like 40 people by the door. And he just starts yelling this out while the person he's referring to is behind, you know the Patels, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So apparently one of the Patel sisters was right there, right? And I don't know them, right? And so he just starts yelling it out, right? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, it's just like,
where's the maturity?
That's what I'm saying. He's older than me. Like what? You know, like he just, and he thinks it's funny though. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, you know, it's not that I care about what other people think. It's the fact that I don't want to start off on the wrong foot. I don't want RDP. Like, even, you know, like, I don't get it. He just tells me, like, yo, why do you care about what people think and say? Bro, you just called me a pedophile in front of 40 people.
Yeah, that's messed up.
With no basis, no factual evidence, nothing.
Yeah, man.
And you thought it was funny.
That's not right. Yeah, that goes against Ephesians 4. Just straight transgression.
Yeah, like, this is the thing. I just don't, like I say, yeah, like, I feel like, yeah, like you said, like being a good role model.
Yeah, and I need to add this too. The point of that is, if you acknowledge you're eating not for the idol's sake, but for just being hungry, that's okay. But I'm not saying that means you can indulge in this worldly stuff like mainstream art, for example. You look at Euphoria. That whole show is just about...
That whole show is garbage.
So I don't even need to say what it's about. Y'all already know.
Literally horrible.
If you're a part of this generation, you already know. So with that, you're watching it for a certain purpose, right? You know, when you listen to certain music, you could say this argument and eisegete it, but the point is that you're eating not for the idol, but for you. And I want to make this clear, like, when you play GTA, you possibly are murdering people in a sense, not out of self-defense. You're possibly breaking into all these places and stuff. You can't be doing that. I know I brought that up first, but then I came up with a better example. Because, like, some stuff is just messed up. You can't be listening to things for the idol, you know? And even though the idol's not real and you know that, if you're eating food for the cause, then that's what the problem is. Because, like, you could be saying, oh, I just listen to this song for the energy, but you gain the energy from the bad lyrics, and you got to be honest with yourself, like, yeah, the lyrics do make it up. I can't listen to the instrumental without thinking about the lyrics. That's when you have to say to yourself, okay, this is the idol right here. Those, whatever nastiness is going on. That's what I'm trying to bring up with this. Because alone, people are going to take that and be like, oh, I can just do whatever I want as long as I know it's bad. No, the idea is not believing the idol is real and only taking from it what you need. Because I'm sure the context was maybe someone was really hungry and he was like, dang, the meat market's all messed up around here. We got to go in this temple and eat it up. And
the meat market's all messed up around here.
Dude, the stocks are dropping.
The meat market is all messed up, guys.
Yeah.
The beef, the chicken.
So yeah, but we can't really say what the letter in response to was. But from what he's saying, it's just if someone watches, okay, No Malice is a great example because he has he's a quote unquote Christian rapper. Then there's 2 songs in it. One of them he's on surface level boasting, and on the second one, his most recent song, he says the B word once, right? And to any person who's uneducated, they're gonna hear that and be like, oh, it's okay if I do this too. But what he doesn't realize is he needs to, sort of provide some context. That's like being the main villain in a play, but everyone looks up to you as the most moral man. It's like, wait a minute, So what he did in that song about boasting is he, in a different way, quoted scriptures that named the people who are saved something, right? So what was it? I go against the grain. I'm in my own lane, right? That's okay.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
No, but then he goes on. He's like, they only see first because I'm in reverse. That's a reference to Matthew talking about first is last and last is first, and he lost everything to follow Christ. But you wouldn't know that unless you know what he's referencing. And then he's like, it's like I moonwalk on him. Ain't nothing like heaven said yes to you calling. I get better with age while time's evolving. Okay, now it sounds like he's boasting. But what he's doing is he's quoting Proverbs where Solomon calls friends the relationship aging like fine wine. And then he relates fine wine to a retro Jordan. And then he's like, so mature, Mr. Thornton, if I turned my back, you'd be left orphan, which is also referencing Psalms where he says friends age like fine wine. But you would only know that if you read the Bible, and otherwise it just seemed like he's just boasting. But that's one of the things. That's why this is a dangerous, he's really teetering on the edge with that, because then there's going to be people listening to that and be like, oh, Christians can boast. Nope, that's a sin. And then with this other song where he says the B word, at first I was like, okay, this is out there for real. But then you read Revelations, I believe it was 22:8. I don't remember on the top of my head, but it was in the latter chapters. It says, and outside are the dogs, the sexually immoral, the ones who love practicing in falsehoods, all this description, the idolaters, whatever. It's calling the people outside of the walls of New Jerusalem dogs. And what he did was he took that and he said, what's a female dog? And then he just put that in his lyrics. And at first I was like, okay, man. And I would never say the B word, because that's still a bad word in this context of society and where we're at. I'm sure back in the day that used to be okay to say, but I wouldn't be saying that. I mean, he could do whatever, but you have to know that's an intelligent thing to have to wrap around, because otherwise it'd just be like, okay, man. Because Peter separated himself from following Christ by cussing. I'm just saying, I'm just laying it out like that. I'm not defending or anything. I'm just laying it out how he probably wanted us to interpret what he's saying. But because he never explains it, he wants us to just figure it out. Yeah. And that's sort of dangerous. He needs to preface this album is for intelligent people who are in the Bible. If you're not in the Bible, I don't know how he's going to say that, but I think a nice way of disclaiming it would be pretty good. But yeah, that's basically an example of what Paul is saying. And he's saying, if you lead by example someone who is weak in the faith, and they figure out a wrong interpretation of what you're doing, then you have sinned against him. So, if I'm playing Mirror's Edge and my cousin walks in and he's like, no way, this game looks so fun, can I play? I'll be like, sure. And then he passing the controller. It's just, he sucks at the game and there's just cussing out the wazoo.
He sucks at the game, they're just cussing out the wazoo.
For real. And I'm just like, look, man, you could play this as long as you know you can't be saying this. And he's like, okay, I got it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold you to that. I don't like the cussing in this game, I just like the parkour. But you need to get better at this game or else I'm going to have to turn the TV down. We're in the living room, dude. Have some class.
I'm going to have to mute this game. Keep playing. So, well, actually, yes, please keep, well, that was a bad analogy. Yeah, I'm gonna. Anyways.
But, yeah, it's a complex subject. It really is. But, hopefully that can sort of clear it up. So if you are weak in the faith, if you are over here in GTA 5 killing a bunch of innocent people, probably shouldn't be doing that, you know?
I'm Donald Trump and I approve this message.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, you can't be just, oh, it's okay, I know it's bad. No, you're doing it. You're active. That's the idol. You're supposed to stay away from the idol. If you want to just eat the food, you can play some parts of the game. Like, if you just want to drive around, sure. But if you're, like, over here running people over, like, dang, chill.
Calm down. Calm down, young blood.
Yeah, that's why this is so cool, though, because that just clears it all up. I mean, you really have to be intelligent, though. Like, I don't want you to it's called a stumbling block.
You really can't be stupid.
Yeah, that's what Paul is saying. He's like, because you're educated, I'm going to tell you this.
But only this.
See, because Paul writes to specific people. He doesn't write to us. When people read Paul's letters, they think he's writing to him, but that's not the case. He's writing to specific people with specific problems. And that was one of the reasons I really couldn't stand Paul, because I just can't understand what he's talking about. But then when I have a question that's so specific, he actually sometimes has an answer for that, but I just have to have that question in my mind while reading it to understand what he's actually referring to.
I need to read some Paul.
You need to have some questions and read Paul. Because he talks, he goes out there. He for real does. That's like some grade level 13 type writing.
Grade level 13.
Yeah, and all these, you got the ERV, the NIV, the ESV, they all mess up Paul's letters. It's mind-blowing how popular these have gotten, and people don't even realize how butchered they get it. I'm primarily just reading the KJVs and the Revised Standard Version. Those are all right, but the KJV is like the most accurate, less corrupted one. There's still problems with it, but nevertheless, like, it's better than nothing, and that's the one most people rely on. So, when I first started this, I did not know anything about that stuff. I was like, A and P, that's easy.
Okay, so
let's talk about the economic pollution in society.
Hold on, give me 1 second. The economic.
We failed to mention this last podcast.
Did you know tag was a word?
What's it mean?
Tag means tag.
What?
That's literally what it. Alright, let me look this up. Tag.
Anyways, about our economic climate.
Definition. A sheep in its second year or before its first shearing.
Congratulations.
I did not know that was a word. Learn something new every day. Remember, people, learn something new every day.
Start with the milk, Scrabble, go in with the meat.
Play some Sudoku. I love Sudoku. It's super fun. It's amazing. But more on the economical state of the world and pollution of the economy and things of that nature.
I want to buy a boat.
No.
Oh. And that sums it up. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, all right, guys. We've had a great episode today, and I love what we've done here today. So, of course, we're going to have to cut it off here. We, in fact, cannot get a boat, so love what you guys done. But,
we should be like historians with that. We released a whole book about the history of 2024. You want to buy a house?
No. Okay. I was watching this one video, and the guy was like, if you're not buying your girl $2,400 a month rent, and I'm like, buddy, why is this on my feed?
I think he's brainwashed.
He's like, if it is Valentine's Day, if you're not paying $2,400 a month for this house, what are you doing?
$2,400. I don't think money isn't everything. It's good to have some rolls,
I'm very. I was like, dang, I'm not paying $2,000. I'm like, Nah, I didn't really care. That was just funny though. I was sitting there like, he started off the video as nonchalantly as possible. Like, you're not paying $2,400 for, like, what? Buddy, do you not see how people are struggling? Nah, you're not paying $2,400. What are you really doing for your girl, bro? The first comment was, yeah, buddy, I'm not buying a single house from you ever.
And then there's people who haven't even seen that much money in their life.
And then he's just over here, if you're really not...
Maybe instead of giving that money to your, plastic Barbie doll, how about you give it to, the general population?
Maybe help some homeless people out.
Yeah, instead of going on your 5th court case, how about you start sending that back to the homeless people who really need it?
Nah, why would I do that? I can just lose half my money. It's a lot easier.
Yeah. It's better to, donate, just putting that out there, like, throw some money at some homeless people, really chuck those cans at
really
them.
Throw it at them. Really make it full force.
Make it known that it's there. The package has been received.
The last thing you can do.
And you know what? If they buy cocaine,
it's their choice.
But your intentions were to help them out. It's just up to them on what they're gonna do. It's just like with the word. I can tell you it, but it's up to you what you're gonna do with it. Mm-hmm. It's either life or death. That's it. You could either be misled or you can stay strong and be like, nah, I'm gonna do what God tells me to do. I feel like, he kind of made me and he wants the best for me, so maybe I should just kind of listen to him. Listen to his advice.
Why would I do that if I can just spend $2,400 on a house for someone who might care about me? No, I'll do that instead. Mm-hmm. That sounds like a great idea. Mm-hmm.
Man. I mean, that's the solution, though. If you got someone who's worthy, listen to this. You should... The Bible teaches... I don't remember the verses by heart, but I remember reading it about 3 times. It says, pretty much, be charitable, but don't just give your money to everyone. Give it to people who are like, I know in Acts it says, when a Christian is poor, the other ones are supposed to have their hands open to them with goods. And they give what they can afford to give. Notice that. It's not what they have, it's what they can afford to give. So, that's an important distinction. Don't just give all your money to, like, a rich person and then be like, why am I broke?
What? No! How could this happen?
Yeah, it's stuff like that. I mean, you still can, obviously, but like,
it's your money.
Don't be surprised if you start, losing a lot of hundreds. Because what impresses a rich person may not impress. What impresses you may not impress a rich person. That's right. What I meant to say. You
having your $450 watch you got off of Amazon will not impress someone who has a $6,000 watch. Okay.
And gives their girlfriend, what was it, $2,400,000
a month.
A month, okay.
A month.
Yeah,
a month.
I don't know what your little watch is gonna do for them.
Let's just calculate that for the people at home.
But what the point is like if you know someone's in need and they'll do well with the money and they're like really, they're on God's side, they have good morals and stuff. Yeah, you could hand them some. You know what I'm saying? If they're in that desperate situation, there's a lot of poverty in the world. What's really weird is that the richest people have like the least morals. I don't understand. Like they could really build like at least 3 McDonald's in Africa, and instead they're over here like fully functional too. Like you don't even need trucks. You can get a runway on the McDonald's to like fly the meat in, like fly all the ingredients in on a private jet if you really wanted to.
It's actually hilarious. Like, remember when The Rock and Oprah were asking for money to donate to charity? And I'm sitting there and thinking about, aren't you guys like, Oprah, aren't you a billionaire? And The Rock, you're practically a billionaire too. Why are you asking people for money? Give your own money.
It's all sellout.
You literally have the most money. This is why I don't understand. Because I sit there and I listen to all these people like, hey, support Palestine, support this stuff. And I'm like, posting on your story is not going to do anything. How about you donate some money? I don't know what's going on, so I'm not going to... But if you're going to take the time to post to your story and criticize the people... Look, I saw this one story. It's like, they were criticizing the people who were on their phone and not doing anything. As they're on their phone, not doing anything. I was sitting there like, how are you going to criticize people about not doing anything for Palestine or whatever's going on in Gaza? And they're like sitting there on their phone. All they're doing is putting on their story, criticizing the people who are looking at their story. I can't. I really can't deal with the stupidity. It makes zero sense to me.
I think God has a sense of humor when He made us.
This literally makes no sense at all. This makes no sense.
Yeah. That's a ridiculous statement.
It's like me criticizing you for breathing as I'm breathing, bro.
No, not that oxygen. This oxygen.
What are you doing, man?
You need to stand over here. No, it's gone now.
Support the people who have no oxygen.
Okay, I did. Now what, Master? What do you want us to say?
It does not make any sense.
No, it's just a sellout. That's all it is. It's got to be. There's no way. Be honest with yourself.
It literally makes no sense.
If I need no, not even need. That's a strong word to use. At most, I could, let's say it's just, I'm like Jeff Bezos up in here getting $100 a second. At most, I should have $1 million in my bank account, right, at once. The rest of it, I'm just giving away. I don't even care. I did the math. I think for the lifestyle I want to live, I need, for my whole life, if I want to just not work, assuming all the taxes, whatever, my math came out to, $3,500.
A month?
$3,500,000.
That's not...
For the rest of my life.
$350,000?
For the rest of my life.
No, that makes sense. You said $3,500,000, which makes no sense.
3,500,000.
So $350,000.
$350,000.
Bro,
it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
The first time I said 350, that makes sense.
No, you said 3,500 all the whole time.
3,500. No, 3,500,000.
That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Oh, are you talking about 3,500? Is that what you're saying?
That's what it sounds like. 3,500 is 3,500. Then you put 1,000. You can't just put 1,000 at the end of that. you can't just put 1,000.
Just subtract, divide it by 10.
That's not how it works either. You get 350 or 350.
Yeah, I don't need much. Just a RV, right? Maybe
for the rest of your life, $350,000.
For the lifestyle I want to live, I really don't need much. I talk to men too about this, and they're like, "Yeah, you know what? You're right. I don't need a big house. I just need 3 rooms." But then something happens along the way where you end up getting, 10-room house or whatever. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying it's just interesting how life works. I really only need 3 rooms.
And 10 rooms is actually not a lot, people. A closet is a room.
Oh, yeah.
Your bedroom is a room. Your bathroom is a room. Your living room is a room. You have a lot of rooms. If you have a 2-story house or a 1-story house, you probably have 10 rooms.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I'm saying you probably have 10 rooms. So, I know 10 rooms probably sounds a lot to people, but it's just kind of I don't want to explain that,
No, that's right.
It's not that much of... It's not a lot of rooms.
Yeah, good. Thank you for defining a room.
A 40-room house, now that's a mansion.
Thank you for defining a room, but at minimum I need 3 rooms. That's it. Yeah. Just bedroom, bathroom, kitchen.
That's literally all you need. Yeah. I don't even know what the point of a living room is if I just don't have anyone else around, because my bedroom is practically a living room. So I don't really see a reason to have much more than that. But yeah.
Everyone's different.
Oh, tell me about the trip yesterday. How was that?
Oh yeah, I went to this Bible study in the middle of the woods. It was pretty cool. You
didn't tell me it was a Bible study. You just said it was a trip.
Yeah.
Oh, here we're going this place in a ranch. That's all the information I got.
It was cool. I mean, was I wrong? I could have told you, but you didn't really ask.
You were asking me to go. You should give me the information.
I mean, I did, but I wanted it to, like, I wanted you to go there and see for yourself, because they called it a Bible study, and it was supposed to be, and it was, but knowing the people, I was unsure, because the way certain people work is...
Who was it? Who was all going? Do I know anyone that was going?
No, it was just my family members' friends. But, like, just knowing them, it was either going to be an actual Bible study or just a banquet. And I remember I told you, I was like, dang, they're bringing all this, and I thought this was going to be a Bible study. I was like, dang. But, like, it ended up being an actual Bible study. But just from all the context, it seemed like less focused on the whole preparation was less focused on the word and more focused on bringing a bunch of cake and biscottis or whatever they call it. I should have went.
Actually, I couldn't have gone. But yeah, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, we actually like got into it with the word.
Did you bring me back some soda?
Soda?
I didn't have any soda.
I don't know. I just drank water. I mean, when you're in the woods, it's different.
If I go out and the first thing I'm bringing back, you know what I'm bringing back? Soda. Because we don't got soda at my house. You know what we got at my house?
Not soda.
Nothing. No type of other drinks.
You have milk?
Barely. Half of our milk no one really drinks milk unless we have lots of cereal.
Dude, I'll drink milk.
Yeah. The only reason I drink water is if I like put it in a smoothie. Actually, I've been having a lot more water recently.
Yeah, you should drink more water. That's kind of healthy for you if you think.
Nah, I'm alright.
Have you seen that kid?
Water's for losers. Me? I'm gonna drink.
Only Prime.
Prime has got to be the worst drink for you of all time.
I like the lunar one. That's purple.
I really don't even drink Prime. I don't even know I only had Prime when I was with you, and that was just.
It's like a melted popsicle.
It's like 30 chemicals. It's got water.
Well, you're just describing American food now.
Hey, listen. When I drink things, it don't got no chemicals in it unless I'm out.
What about not water?
Yeah, I'm drinking smoothies, which is just Greek yogurt, blueberries, mango nectar, and water.
That's a big word, dude. I would stay away from that.
Mango nectar? Oof, guys.
That's right next to phosphate monoxide, autonomous.
Bleach, all the good stuff, you know. Hydrogen peroxide, natural gas, uranium, americanium.
You need to tell me this because you're still in school. When I was in school, and this is going to jump into the question. When I was in second grade, the third graders looked ginormous, and the first graders looked smaller than us. I kept going up grades. The grade higher than me looked bigger. The grade smaller than me looked smaller. And then I went to high school, and now I was the biggest kid, the most developed. I'm not talking size, I'm talking development. Something changed. Like, you watch Diary of a Wimpy Kid, he's talking about people had radioactive nuclear evolutions in the middle throughout summer. Like, they went from, tiny little skippers to, like...
little skippers. That's the second time you use skippers today. What's going on?
To, big captains, you know what I'm saying?
Big captains.
So...
We're from a skipper to a captain.
Yeah, they just elevated like that. But then that joke aged so poorly because now all the kids just look the same. You ever notice that?
Literally, they all look the same.
So let me tell you something. Is it true? So you are the kids? Okay, well, you're actually in the highest grade. Kids around you are all smaller than you.
I would say I'm like top 5%, like in the school, just like height.
I'm talking development. I'm
not talking development.
Because it's like
I'm also like I only know.
Man, they're putting something in our food.
Maybe like in my grade, like I only know like a couple people who are as mature as me. But like that's also the thing. Like I went through my immature phase like last year.
And talk about physical development.
What does that mean, physical development? Like, what do you mean? I think
you got little pipsqueaks running around, like little pea shooters.
Yeah, pea shooters.
And then you have the...
Yeah, we got pea shooters, and we have like people who look like they have mortgages.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is it like vast majority?
Vast majority is pea shooters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, where's the double pea shooters out here?
Yeah, I think I know like one guy. He has like hair from here, like, and he'll like one time he wore like a button-up shirt, and his hair was like coming out of the button-up shirt. I was like,
that's like a superhero design,
bro. Like shave, bro. Golly, you can't be walking around like you have a mortgage.
Oh man!
Especially with freshmen around, that just looks really bad. Like, I'm not gonna accuse you of anything, but like,
did he have that mustache?
Yeah, he had that mustache. It's just.
Does he even go to the school?
Hair. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, how are you don't look like you're in school. You look like you have a mortgage and like 4 kids. Like, it's bad. Shave, you know. But yeah, I feel bad for Indians too, because like they don't shave for like 1 week. they just look like it's bad. Like, when my friend Christian, he didn't shave for like 2 weeks, and he came to school, and I was like, bro. Like, mine right now is not bad enough to the point where like I need to shave. Like, I don't think I'm there yet, you know. But, you know, I wish I could grow hair as fast as those people, man.
Yeah, that's a talent.
I need to be able to do that so I can actually like
get a job.
You know, for real.
Get a job.
I can actually get a job. See who can look at me.
Face the hair percentage ratio,
dude.
Whoa. It's happening again. I learned jujitsu.
Some guy has a gun to your head. I learned jujitsu. Yeah, that'll stop him.
I learned this one in high school. And then what you do is you get in a turtle shell position.
You start giving him lessons while he has a gun to your head. All right, listen, guys. I learned this in high school, okay? So what you want to do is you want to take your right hand, right?
Your left, your right.
You want to swipe under, which is a fake, and then swipe over, and then you want to grab him on the waist, and you want to pick him up, flip him over, and of course you want to let go and all this stuff. But you call that the jiu-jitsu fake, right? And he's just sitting there with a gun to your head, just like, put the money in the bag. Put the money in the bag. I learned this one in high school. So I was in jiu-jitsu. You start monologuing.
Wait, let's do this together, right? I'll be the man. Hold on, let me get started. Get your lines ready.
All right.
We're gonna do this.
I'm gonna start monologuing.
You're gonna you're getting robbed, dude. There's no time.
I'm just start monologuing.
I don't know what you're gonna do.
No, don't worry.
La. We're in a dark alley. No Batman, and you just walk in. And I'm like, give me the money. Give me the money.
You know, back when I was 4 years old.
What? What'd you say?
I grew up poor. I'm turning to Markiplier. We couldn't afford, you know, back in my day, we couldn't afford guns. I was too poor. I had to sit there and watch my friends, you know, take the nice bus route. I had to walk 4 miles. Give me your money. It reminds me of Star Wars. When they can't hit anybody. They're just shooting stuff. They can't hit anybody though. Oh, that's hilarious. They're just sitting there, but they're not hitting anybody.
Rebels inbound.
Hey, is that Darth Vader? Oh my gosh. And Darth Vader's literally monologuing. He's just breathing real hard.
My arm. I mean, my hand.
And it's literally just people the bullets are literally going around.
They just curve. There's a magnetic force.
It's just like...
Wait, that's a good question. Answer me this. If North and South repel each other, how do they put the magnets together?
I've never put a magnet together like this. I don't think it's possible.
How do they make magnets with the north and south side?
I don't know if they do.
They do! Have you seen them? One of the sides is gray and the other side is red.
No, I've never seen that. Okay, so you're telling me this right now. So this is north, right?
Yeah.
This is south. And let's say...
I'm looking at magnet information.
Magnet information. No, that looks like FL Studio.
It opened up on accident. Look at this. Where is it? This. How do they make this? How do they put the south side next to the north side?
Maybe it's not magnetic in the middle.
You're right.
All right. On that note, guys, thank you so much for watching. You want to talk about that, Brad?
That's a good point.
You want to talk about that?
Because look, those are distance.
Yeah, you want to talk about that, Brad?
I do actually.
You want to talk about
How
what
do
you just...
magnets work?
You want to talk about what just transpired?
Who's this kid?
I don't know. Where are you?
I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. Appreciate it. I hope you look into magnets. I feel like magnets are like the ninjas of this world.
No, huh?
They're the ninjas of this universe. They're the sea of quarks within the quarks. Just help yourself figure that out. It's getting real late, so yeah, praise God. All right, bye.
Bye.